But in any event, it's time that we get going because there is a laundry list of quests that I need to get taken care of. And hopefully with a little luck tonight, we will be able to check off as many of those as I can. So let's see how it all unfolds tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play NieR Automata live here on Twitch. So, let's continue on with our previous save file. I will point out that before coming on to the air tonight, I did make it a point to want to get another experience level. So I did that, and so I'm at level 15 now, so I also made some purchases of various things that hopefully can help me out. We'll know whether or not it actually can. And of course there's the Forest Kingdom that we still have to get to. But there's all these other quests that are just begging to get completed here. It's a shame that you can't specifically highlight any of the ones that you want to do. And of course, we still need to build ourselves up a little more in order to try and win Jackass's final round. Yeah, because you got to not only do it quickly, but you have to do it damageless. So yeah, definitely a situation that has to be taken care of. So as far as the map is concerned, it doesn't really... okay, this one is the Resistance Disappearance quest, but we need to try and figure out possibly how to get to over there, and we haven't figured that out yet. This is where the Yorha Betrayers are. So we'll start near the factory. You know, try and make use of the teleportation as much as we can. So when we go, hopefully with a little luck we'll not only be able to get some of these quests off the list, but in addition to that we'll also be able to get some much needed important items, because completed quest does give you some important items. So I'm hoping that by doing these I'll be able to get as much of this stuff checked off as I can tonight. Alright, so what do you say we get started here? We won't worry about the wild animals this time, but I should worry about whether or not I can get up to there, because it looks like that may be somewhere where I need to go. Really? I didn't even attack you, and that's what you're doing? Yeah, this is one of the things that I got on my upgrade. It allows you to auto-heal if you don't take damage for a set amount of time. Which, for someone like me, this is very useful. So last stream also, I was trying to figure out how to get on top of the bridge. And then I finally figured it out by jumping onto the back of this truck. And so, just like that, I'm at full health. So let's start shooting things up. Oh, one of them is wearing a shield. There we go. And it's done. Make sure we leave nothing behind over here, because of course all the sprockets and gears and whatnot, that's our currency. We want to make sure we get it all.
Alert. Targets are rogue units 22B and 64B, currently
Down
designated
there.
for detention.
Damn it! I'll kill you!
Yeah, we'll just drop right in and see if we can get them right where we want them. Yeah! Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, my biggest worry is always when am I gonna find myself in a situation I don't want to be. Oh, oh, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, maintain your distance. Because if you don't, you're gonna die! Well, if nothing else, I may have finally got them right where I want them. Can't use it just yet. Yeah, be my cover there, 9S. Okay, well, yeah, like, who are we aiming at? Oh. Whoa. Oh, nice dodge. Yeah, I want to see if I can start comboing more and not be so passive with just using the gun. But, of course, if I try that! Ugh. Oh, not down yet, not down yet.
22B!
Okay, he's down.
Damn it! Damn you to hell!
No, damn you to hell! At least now I have an opportunity to get myself replenished. Finish her! Not dead yet. But she is now. Oh. Then there's still one left.
What the hell?
Alert. Target is former Yorha Captain 8B, currently wanted for desertion. Proposal. Disable and detain at once.
Of course. You did this!
You did this!
Please, you have to stop fighting.
Shut up! You don't know anything!
I guess we don't.
Analysis. Unit 8B specializes in close quarters combat. Proposal. Destroy enemy with long-range attacks.
Destroy.
I can see that! I can see that! I can see that! I can see that! Yeah. Try and stay running. Keep running, keep running. Oh, now she's running. What's she running for? Oh. I was about to say, what are you doing? Yeah, this is definitely helpful. Yeah, try and put in some effort on close quarters. Alright, getting the heals. Yeah, for a first-time player, this is such a useful skill. Oh, she's running again. She's running again. Ah, I had the opportunity to Mortal Kombat her. Yeah, the opportunity presented itself. There we go. Finish her! But she dodged it. And she dodged that too. knows to dodge that. And she knows what she's doing out there. And suddenly the music stopped. Oh. Ooh. Well, I've got most of her health down. But she's still coming. Yeah, she's pissed. And with good reason. Stay on her. Almost there. Yeah, finish her! Didn't quite do it. Do it again. Oh, yeah, that time it got it. 10,000 gold and 400 experience. Obtain Type 4O Lance.
All units destroyed. Black box signals confirmed offline. Mission complete.
Awesome.
We killed them. Our fellow units.
They can be reprogrammed. Yeah, I just wanted the money,
Why the
TB.
hell did they steal from the Resistance in the first place? You think Anemone might know something, 2B?
Let's find out.
Okay, so we're not done with this yet. Is there... Well, we could possibly use this. Oh, no, but now I may have screwed myself over. Yeah, sure. Fortunately, there's this part. Yeah, there we go. We're off to a good start. That's exactly what we're looking for. So up and over. And we'll forge onward. And we'll take our warp point. Back to the Resistance camp. At some point. So, there we go. Yeah, we got the first part of that in the previous stream, so this time we got it completely. I am satisfied with that. Alright. Let's go and talk to Anemone. Yes, can I help you? We need to check something with you, actually. Can you tell us about the Yorha soldiers who were stealing your supplies? This is the first I've heard of it. Huh? I mean, we keep our supplies in multiple locations, but so far as I know, nothing's gone missing. I see. Well, thanks. And there's a block on her, so there's probably gonna be more another time. Oh, we're walking.
So it turns out those soldiers didn't actually steal anything. Which means... what?
Oh, hello.
9S to command. Come in.
Operator 210 here. Go ahead.
It's about the Yorha soldiers who deserted.
Copy that, 9S. We've confirmed their status on this end.
No, but I mean... the Resistance says that none of their supplies are actually missing. So what's going on here?
I lack access to the data concerning this mission.
Oh, really?
The order came from the commander herself.
What? Operator, I don't understand.
Be careful, 9S. I have no further information.
Huh? Operator?
Yeah.
Operator?
We're gonna have to learn more ourselves, more
What the hell is that
than
all
likely.
about?
Let's go.
But
Something tells
We're
me
here
this
to fight.
quest isn't finished.
That's all.
Although it officially is. Okay then. So now that we got the first quest of the night cleared off, let's see what else we can do. Also, I can use the map to find out where the best place for me to go is. Okay, this is 11B's Memento. There is a one right here, City Ruins Center. So we'll go ahead and use that as our next reference point. Quick save, and then transport. So yeah, somewhere in that large building. If we can find a way to get into it, of course. Alright, that's all good. Oh, we got enemies right near us. Yeah, likely in the sky. Oh! Wow, I just saved myself there. I saved myself but fell off. I need to pull myself back up. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Oh, here come more. Also, I should probably look at the new weapon I got. Would be a good idea. So, weapons. Yeah, it was a spear. Type 4.0. We also got this. With Virtuous Dignities, that is what's at level 2. Alright, so as it seems right to be right now, this is not as strong as this currently. Obviously because that's at level 1. Maybe we'll find a way to get it enhanced at some point. Alright, off we go. Yeah, pretty much put me back at this area. It seems like this is probably the way to go in order to find what we need. There's also all this. Yeah, kind of hard not to notice that. Yeah, here they come. And wildlife is in play too. Oh, didn't quite get it. Now we have. And why are we aiming backwards at a moose? At 2 mooses, no less. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Just piss off more things. As a moose gallops by. Wow, they really want to get themselves hurt. They really want to get themselves hurt. Wow. So now, how to get into here? You know, we gotta try and figure out a way. Oh, hi. Come on, spray zone. Oh, more coming. Yeah, it's basically... Oh! Damn, that was a big hit. From behind with a helicopter. Yeah, better get clear of this thing. Else this is gonna get worse. Correction! It is. Yeah, basically forced to backtrack out. Ugh. At least we're giving ourselves a chance here. Oh, it's not down yet. We're knocking stuff off of it. We're knocking stuff off the helicopter. Oh, plug-in chip obtained.
Requested plug-in chip obtained.
Oh, there we go.
Alert. The specifications of this plug-in chip are unusual.
Oh?
This chip is a model used exclusively by Yorha units. There is no reason for a non-Yorha android to possess it.
A Yorha only chip?
Oh, what's above me? What's above me? Okay, so yeah, this is where we were before we fell off. So yeah, it seems like we may have to go around in order to get to our destination. Or we may need to climb too. Got more amber. Yeah, use the school bus to possibly pull ourselves up. There we go. And then up here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was a big hit. I was about to say, I can't move. Oh, jeez, it's raining, it's raining. It's raining pain is what it's raining. And blindside. Yeah, I knew that there were three of them. Yeah, the third one didn't bother to show up until it really mattered, and then when it did, one hit kill. Ugh. That did not go according to plan. That was unfortunate. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to get them to come at me without being blindsided. But yeah, those are level 22s. Those things are obviously gonna hurt really hard. At the very least, I need to pick up my body again. At least I know where it is. And it's gonna be... yeah, it's gonna be in the alley. Here you are. Retrieve. Restore your previous equipment, yes. Obtain 344 experience and plug-in chips. So, oh, hold on. I want to make sure my plug-in chips are used again. So, just to let you guys know what I had put on. So all this over here is basic standard stuff. But I also added a critical hit up +1 and auto heal +1, so that's why you see me getting auto recovery. I forget what the other one was. Now, for some reason I thought I had put 3 on. So yeah, how am I gonna get the jump on these guys? Maybe if I can get over there somehow? That works. Got a small recovery out of it. But I don't have an angle, unfortunately. I don't have an angle of attack. Maybe if I take an opening shot, then jump to... Oh, did I actually get one of them? I won't know if this is what it looks like. And here comes the rain. Nice dodge. Oh! Laser! Yeah, I just neutralized all your shots. There we go. Okay, so we got them down. We're not done with this yet. So as we get up here, what exactly do we need? Is it over here, possibly? Or is it below me? Because that wouldn't be surprising in of itself. See, it doesn't appear that there's a way in. Can I climb this? Yes, I can. Oh, there's more over here. I'll stay higher up, but I can't get there from where I currently am. And there is something either above me or beneath me. Oh, yeah, there you are. It's like, where's the last enemy? You jumped off! Got the plug-in. Oh!
Alert. Incoming message from command.
All units, be on the lookout for a missing Yorha in the city ruins. This unit was in possession of several plug-in chips that contain classified information. I need you to seek out whatever intel you can regarding their current whereabouts and status.
Ooh, we know. We know.
Ships with classified data, is it?
Yeah, we just happen to know about that. Can I make the jump over? Yes. do need to get up there, though. Yeah, not gonna make it from here. Yeah, get you knocked back. Okay, coming in on the charge. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Lights out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I need is up there for that particular quest. Okay. So, oh, just think it back to, oh yeah, that's right, we need to do that, but I'm trying to remember where exactly they are. And yeah, that's still 11 Beast Memento. Can't figure out where to go to get to that particular quest, though. Oh, hello there, two giant robots. Both at level 24. And you got the Helix of Pain coming. Oh. And Moose is trying to get in the way and gets shot. Wait, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Giant lasers. Oh, he died already. Hey, level 16. Now for your friend. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Now I better heal before things really get out of hand. And deal with your orbs. Oh yeah, look out there, 9S. Did you just knock him back like that? In any event, down it goes. What's the best way to get to that? Take the quick save. Yeah, if I knew how to get into there. Maybe there's a way if we go around. But it's a dead end. Well, at least there are birds. Yeah, there is other wildlife here other than just pigs and moose. Not what I meant to do. Also I can zoom out, apparently. Okay, yeah, that's still for that. photograph challenge. Yeah, there are things over here that we have not yet gotten to. This includes the lost girl. And that's another photograph area. So if we go desert camp, hopefully we can find something. Yeah, so there are 3 different quests that can be checked off in that area. Sounds like a good reason to go and take care of business over there. So that's not the way I wanted to aim. Oh, jeez. But one thing they also do really well is really block well for the robots. That's something else they do really well. Yeah, I mean, you talk about meat shields, they are literally meat shields. Transport, desert, camp. Yeah, anything we can do to get the list taken down a little, this is gonna be helpful. Okay, we gotta go north, right? Nope. Gotta go opposite direction? Yeah, opposite direction. Yeah, still gotta try and figure out how to get 11 beats memento too. Alright, going this way. Oh, of course, this is where Jackass is. But we're not ready for the climax of her challenge yet. There's still things that need to be done. Oh wow, those guys don't mean much now. They're not as valuable. We run along the pipeline. I wonder where the worthwhile enemies actually are. Oh, hello there, random shots. Oh, hello, random bots. Whoa, hello! Okay, so yeah, they're still on the low end. They're still on the low end over here, but that doesn't make them any less worrisome. Okay, it's pointing me in the direction of 11B. Or, hold on, maybe that's the way... If I'm reading the map right, and maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Still trying to figure that out. Yeah, maybe we can find a tunnel into 11B's memento and go from there. Could also possibly be over here that we use this. Oh, they're 30s! They're 30s! Oh god! They're 30s, they're 30s. Okay. Yeah, from level 6s to level 30s in a heartbeat. Okay. Alright, so not worth it to go after that. They still have the opportunity to go after these. Just want to make sure I'm pointing in the right direction, though. I am. Yeah, just follow the pipeline. You should be okay, hopefully. Let's wind our way through here. So around the corner and head on over. And yeah, the auto heal ability is so helpful. Alright, so one of our objectives over to the left. So slide on in on 2B's fancy heels. So hopefully with a little luck we'll find what we need. Let's scour the area. Hopefully find our objective. I want to start by scouring the perimeter first. Now, which quest is this for? This is for the Lost Girl quest? No, this is unknown. If we want the Lost Girl, we gotta go that way. Yeah, let's at least go after the ones we know that we can be able to attempt. And there are random robots out here. Whoa. And random crates. I'm allowed to open the chests. Thank you. 2 ambers. You're a 4, okay. We're still heading in the direction of the Lost Girl. Need to bear to the right. Alright, it's coming into view. Alright, let's see if we can find her. I see something glowing.
Is that?
And we found her. But we're blocked? Oh, we gotta let the dialogue play out first. Is she wearing cat ears? Hey there, are you the machine who came out here looking for a spare part? Who are you? Your sister asked us to look for you. She did? Really? Really? So what do you say we head home? Wow, I was so scared.
Right. Let's get her back to Pascal's village.
How'd you get lost out here anyway?
I was looking for my sister's part, but then I got scared.
Oh, come on now, don't cry. Did you at least find what you needed?
Yeah. She'll be happy, right?
I'm sure she will. But I bet she'll be even happier to see you back home, safe and sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just follow her then. Yeah, I guess we gotta do this manually.
The desert.
No one made the desert. It's just an area that lost all its vegetation due to a lack of precipitation. This caused lasting changes in the soil, which means plants aren't able to...
What's soil?
Soil? It's dirt, ground, the stuff we're walking on.
I like ground.
Oh, hi. You guys are actually challenging. Oh, jeez. And they're everywhere. And they're everywhere. Yeah, I guess they don't want me to shoot the big, juicy laser next to the girl. It's like escorting a mad land in Heaven's Ward. And yes, both games are by Square Enix.
Mister, where does the wind come from?
Wind is just a force caused by changes in temperature and atmospheric pressure and... Huh. That's actually a hard question now that I think about it. Kinda deep, really. I mean, where does the wind blow from? What do you think, 2B?
Don't know, don't care.
Maybe we need Bill and Nye to answer that question. Oh, jeez. We got a shooter. Be careful. Oh, that one just blew up. All right. Yeah, it's certainly a long way to walk. Are we trying to get her to the nearest teleport?
Machines can't really make children. Neither can androids, now that I think about it.
Yeah, but how do you make them?
2B? Little help here?
Don't know, don't care.
You're the chatty one. Work it out.
Mister, wait. You gotta tell me how you make children.
Wow, it's getting late. Let's get you home already.
Yeah. Oh, I was expecting more, and there it is. Oh, hello, giant monster. Also, quit blocking for your friend. Yeah, take that. Oh, he's in danger here. Down it goes. Blow up. Maybe. There we go. It's like, dude, blow up. Well, little sister's seems to have a spring in her step now after that encounter. Yeah, now we gotta get her through the narrow area here. Slowly but surely we'll make it. Oh, hold on.
Hey, I know this place. I can get home by myself now. Thanks, mister. Thanks for feeling. Here, you can have this.
Her pink ribbon. A cosmetic addition to the game. So as she walks off.
Make sure to come back and tell me how to make children.
Sure. Yeah, she's got to disappear into the darkness.
Well, that was exhausting.
Yep.
And now we got to get back to the nearest... Oh, hold on. While we're here, while we're in the neighborhood, we might as well, since that quest is going to be updated, we might as well go after the photograph. And the photograph is to the left of where we are. So we still don't know what's going on in the big red area over here. That part still needs to be figured out. It could be possibly that the objective is down there somewhere. Stuff like that usually likes to hide in very convenient places. This door could also be on high ground too. 200 gold obtained. Yeah, stay away from what's on the left. You never know what it could possibly be. And now we're really running into the unknown. Silver ore. Well, there is something over here. Okay, so we did find something. Last machine. Come you here to challenge the trials? Not yet. Then be gone. Okay, so that's a challenge in its own right. Where are we currently? Oh, we've gone away from it. Gotta turn to the right. And run through the sandstorm. Iron ore. It's a good thing that androids can handle this. We're just running into the unknown. Everyone, nope, we're still approaching it. I was worried if we run past it. Nope. We're still on course. Good thing this isn't Breath of Fire 3 Desert of Death situation. Yeah, we're just... You can only see our silhouettes running as we approach the intended target. I have no idea what's over here. I do not have a clue. All we know is that we're getting closer to it. Or are we? Yeah, I think the game may actually be blocking us off. I mean, it's still coming closer on the map. Is it just because the wind is blocking us out? Yeah, 9S isn't even moving. This is as close as we're gonna get. Yeah, 9S has literally stopped moving because we cannot literally go any closer. That's so dumb! You go through all that, and then you're told to F off. The game literally stops you from going any further. Granted, it's for a quest objective, but the fact that they won't let you do it is stupid. Hey you, what can you tell me? I wonder what kind of civilization used to exist here. Well, whoever they were, the sandstorms did not save them. Yeah, that's so ridiculous, man. And I'm getting pushed back into it. I need to go where the majority of the red diamonds are. And should we really attempt the trials? Oh, hold on. Oh, wait a minute. I can use this. Oh, what a find. What a find. I was like, there's got to be something like this out here somewhere. And there is. Oh, what a huge find. Wow, I needed that one. See, as we take a look at this, that's where we're not allowed to go. And that's where the mystery objective is. And that's the desert housing complex. And that's the other photograph location. Current destination, according to the game at least. Of course, there's 11 V's Memento, which we can't get at because we're not at level 30. Man, that's so incredibly lame. In fact, you know what? Since we found this, we might as well just warp out of here. I can always come back and attempt this thing again. Another time. Yeah, I need to check the quest objectives off. Pascal's village, please. Oh. Alright. And of course there's our shops. Hey, Pascal? Say, are you alright? There was a huge earthquake, so I was worried. Oh, where's her sister? Or is the quest... But no, the quest is not officially considered done. Is it? No, it's not considered done. Yeah, the Lost Child thanked you for guiding her out of the desert and returned to Pascal's village. So where is she? Machine with hat. Existence precedes essence. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. Additionally, hello? Yes, and you are... Wait, do not tell me. I have already deduced that you are here to listen to me expound upon the great mysteries of existence. Well, enough. Let us begin by discussing the concept of existentialism. Essence and existence are two sides of the same coin. And yet, what is existence? I'm glad you asked. To answer that will require many long hours of... This is pointless. There's no point in talking to Jean-Paul. We stopped trying to figure him out a while ago. All he does is spout a bunch of mumbo-jumbo about something called philosophy. If you are curious about him, you'll have better luck talking to his followers. They tend to use smaller words at least. This guy has followers? More like fans, I suppose, but yes, there are quite a few out there who buy what he's selling. Don't ask me why. Some folks just get into that sort of thing, I suppose. There's even one Jean Paul follower right here in this village. You know the machine with the thick paint on her face? That's the one. Jean Paul's melancholy. Well, that's all well and good, but I'm looking for Pascal's sister. Just need to remember where she is gone to. Oh, wait a minute. Resistance members? Oh no. Sorry, is something wrong? Mercy, please just let us go! I think there might be some kind of misunderstanding here. You mean you aren't here to arrest us? No. Wait, why do you think I'd arrest you? We deserted the resistance. You what? We just want to find a place where the two of us can live our lives in peace. Is that so wrong? Please don't tell anyone that we're here, please. We're not with resistance. We're your Ha. We don't have any obligation to report you to your superiors. Thank goodness. Still, if you guys stay here, they're gonna find you eventually. We don't have a choice. My locomotive functions have been damaged and we don't have the necessary materials to perform repairs. I don't suppose you bring us the materials we need. Who, us? We can't get them ourselves. If we leave this place, we'll be found for certain. I know it's a lot to ask, but we promise to reward you. Please? Sure. Thank you. We just need an elaborate gadget to conduct the repairs. I saw one near the abandoned factory. Thank you again. We know you can do this. The wandering couple accepted. Well, that's all well and good, but we still need to find Pascal's sister. Thank you for bringing my sister home. I'm feeling much better thanks to the part she found. Please take this. A blue ribbon as well as 5,000 gold and 750 experience. And that quest is finally complete. Alright, check that one off the list. Oh, so that's cute. Okay, so now there's the wandering couple. Go to the abandoned factory to collect the following item in order to perform maintenance on the male android. Yeah, so there's also other things as well. So let's go back to the map. Oh, yeah, sure, we'll take the quick save. And what's this we're at? Unknown. Okay, and that's where the Wandering Couples quest is. And of course there's the Sorting Trouble challenge. And now there's resistance disappearance. So yeah, it looks like we gotta go to the bridge. Or something to that effect. Alright, so yeah, we got that. We got that. Oh, there's a new thing in the middle. Your factory near the tower, desert camp, center, housing complex, park ruins. Oh, that's the cave, which is not immediately accessible. Let me look at the map again. You know, I also gotta figure out how to get over there. That's to consider the current destination. Yeah, we'll go back to the resistance location first. Yeah, it's never easy to figure all this stuff out. Especially when it's your first time playing. Alright, all good. So where are the two objectives here? Yeah, we're able to... Wait a minute, why are you turning away? Yeah, why are you turning away there, 2B? Of course, there's that quest. There's something carved in this column. 3 numbers. I wonder if it's a set of coordinates. Target point, maybe? Or a hidden location? No way to tell. On the map regardless. Resistance disappearance updated. Oh, wow. And that just took the big red circle off the map. Wow, I fluked into that one. Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. That was more of a fluke than anything else. So if we look up the map now... So the Memento's over there, the Wandering Couple's over there. Alright. Yeah, still gotta deal with the current destination thing, but... Alright, over here. NieR factory. Yeah, that was very fortunate to find that. See, I could have just wandered around aimlessly and never found anything. Alright. So yeah, it does involve going over the bridge, it seems. Pick up over here. Might as well quick save while I'm going along. And we do hear the bad guys. Yeah, so it's gotta be in there somewhere as well as that. Right, go. Yeah, that'll teach ya. Oh, no, that'll teach me! There we go. So, up and over the bridge. Get my health back. And drop in. Yeah, we didn't bother to look over here yet, so that's what we'll do now. Yeah, let's see if we can find what we need. Pick up from next to the car. Oh, hello. Got another checkpoint. Jeez, we are really having good luck finding these things. That's another huge find. Alright, up we go. Find something over here. Oh, we got it. Well, that's taken care of, but now let's see if we can take care of the 11B Memento quest. We're in the general area for this too. Filler metal. Yeah, somewhere in the general area. We can't go through the door, right? We can. No enemies to speak as of yet. More iron ore. Can't use the elevator. Or can we? It does seem to indicate that we can. Oh, nope, it's locked. Gotta take this. So climb up the ladder, or the staircase in this case. The enemies are level 2s, but still we gotta fight through. Yeah, you can hear the clamoring. You can hear the clattering, the clamoring. Alright, back through. Yeah, we're basically playing the game in reverse right now. Oh, no. I was about to say, is that me or is that some 9S? Oh! Wow, I got really knocked off my game there. Oh, that was a really impressive stagger. I was really good on that stagger there. And up and around we go. And no, I didn't hit the mark. Oh. Yeah, I don't think fighting with the gun is going to help here. I'm going to have to rely on close range. Alright, there we go. Oh, not done. That's not the way I wanted that to go, but alright. Can we pick up from here? No, it does not look like I can. I guess because I already got it before, I don't need to get it again. So much fun when you can just waste them like that. It's a long way to go in order to get this memento. Oh, hold on. Now we're starting to get hot spots. Nope, nope, can't use the elevator. So it's basically a crapshoot now? I'm not quite sure I'm understanding how this is working. Maybe I need to get to lower ground or something. Yeah, I could find a whole bunch of... Oh! There we go. Overkill, but worth it. Because you never know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, we never got to see what he looked like. We just know he's up there somewhere. Yeah, now we're getting into more red dots. Ooh, 1,000 gold. Yes, please. Yeah, now the red is really heavy. I should be able to beat these things no problem. I did take damage there, which means I would automatically still Jackass's challenge. We'll get everything that's here. Go. Now we're gonna run down. Oh, hello. Small recovery. I guess we know we're getting our stuff back. Oh, really? He's out of range because of the curvature. Yeah, because of the curvature, he's able to escape easily. Go ahead, all of you taken out. Look at all this stuff we're accumulating. Yeah, do we like have to literally go back to the very start? Because that seems like the way this is going currently. Down. Never saw it coming. Yeah, that's a perfect destruction right there. More filler metal. Machine oil. Slip over to this way. Enemies above. Ouch. Pick this up. More crystals. What am I supposed to do with all these crystals anyway? Alright, continuing onward. Right back to where we started. Natural rubber.
That's a Yorha unit.
Oh, hello.
Analysis. Yorha Type B body confirmed. It belongs to the missing unit known as 11B.
So this is where you landed. Pod, can you access her black box?
Negative. Unit 11B's black box has been irreparably damaged.
Ouch.
Proposal. Unit 2B should recover any usable weapons. Fragmented data detected in memory region.
We get over there or no? Where did the unit end up? Oh, okay, it's right in front of me. So we obtained 11B's escape plan. 2 minutes 13 seconds. Reactivation complete. A check of my body reveals various failures. Communications bunkers have been destroyed, or communications functions have been destroyed. I cannot contact my team or the bunker. I leave a draft of this message. Here's a log. At 10 minutes 13 seconds, I verify the plan once more. Using my supposed destruction in this sortie as a guise, I sever all communication. I then pass beneath the abandoned factory and escape. Further analysis reveals that I took anti-air firewall in the flight unit, resulting in damage to my body. No matter, it can be repaired. At 15:21, I'm cold, my sensory systems seem to be failing. At 33:12, noises start to cloud my vision. Virus warnings appear frequently. It is unclear whether I'm infected or if the system is in error. And at 33:21, repairs are proceeding poorly. Perhaps I'm flustered, pursuers will come if I don't move soon. Was I wrong to attempt escape? At 33:31, I'm scared. I want to go back to the bunker, but I can't restore communications. At 38 minutes, this can't continue. I can't stay here. I have to run. Yorha squadron was wrong. I have to find somewhere safer. I'm scared. I'm so scared. And at 45 minutes, painful, it hurts. Help. Why stop? Who am I? Wrong, wrong, wrong. I need to run.
She was planning to go AWOL.
Violation of regulations detected. However, due to the death of the unit in question, corrective punishment is impossible.
Yep. Unless she actually did survive somehow.
I'll bring this weapon back to 16D in the bunker.
11B's escape plan. Alright. So now, we gotta go all the way back. Aw, man. It's a shame there wasn't a transportation spot for me to use. And it doesn't look like there's one over here either, so we'll just have to go back manually. It's a long walk, but sure. It's a shame there's no teleportation or transportation spot within this facility. Because I'm thinking that there was, possibly, but never found it, or found it but couldn't use it. Pick up over here. Whoa. I hit you so hard you just went boom. Yeah, who needs a shield? Alright, in we go. And of course there's no way to go forward from there. Of course there's no way. Yeah, it's a long solitary trudge. Yeah, so many of the Yorha androids are revolting against their command. It's kind of nuts. And fighting all these little enemies is enough to get me to 17. You'll hear no complaints of me. Back through the Terminator chamber. As fast as your legs will carry you there, 2B. Drop down. And get over here and resume sprinting. Yeah, we'll glide down to the path. Make things a little more fun and interesting. And back into the wide open area. Oh, wait a minute. We're just fine. Auto use item +1. And a bunch of small and mediums. Oh, wow. Whoa. Okay, wow. That was a treasure trove. Is this my way out of here? Obtain a weapon, virtuous treaty. Oh, I still need to leave, though. Yeah, I still gotta find a way out. Yeah, that was cool at least. Alright, now we're back in the city. Take the quick save. Go. Yeah, now I'm in the mindset of I can't help but wonder if the things that we're seeing here with everything that's going on, and wondering, because I've been wondering, why did the sun never sets in this game? Alright, down the hill. I know there are enemies close by, but I really want to make use of this transport. So am I transporting this back to the bunker then? Investigate the coordinates inscribed on the storage site wall. Bringing the belongings back to 16D, yeah. So let's go and transport first to Pascal's village. It's a shame that yes is not the default selection. I've never been a fan of when video games do that. That they'll ask you want to do something and the default selection is no. Never been a fan. Alright. Back amongst the robots. Pick this up. And back over here. That's it! Now my companion can fix what's been ailing him. I'm so glad we trusted you. We'll leave this place as soon as we can. Please pray for our safe passage. 3 medium recoveries, 5 pearls, 5,000 gold, and 200 experience. But the quest is not yet done. I wonder why that is. Oh, so we gotta wait until they're finished doing that. Okay. Alright, then we'll go back to the bunker. And we'll turn this over to 16B. Oh, yeah, so that's over here. Impact bracer. Yeah, here's where she'll be. Oh, 2B, hello. And it's also 16D. I found 11B's body along with its weapon. You handed over 11B's belongings. The battle log is still intact on this. She must have fought right up to the end. Well, actually, I always knew she was the bravest of us all. Thank you, 2B. But I think you should keep it. You're a combat model after all, whereas I'm a defensive unit. I'm sure 11B will be happy knowing it was being put to good use. Alright. You obtain a weapon, Yorha issue blade. Keep it to yourself. Are you sure this is everything? There's no other information? I'm sure. Well, at least now I can put her memory to rest. Can I admit something to you? 11B and I, we were in a relationship. Of course. She promised to protect me. It all seemed so romantic at the time. But now she can't. I've been thinking of converting to a combat model like you and her. That way, I could avenge her death. I see. I don't think you would want that. Anyway, thank you. Oh, and here, you should take this. I don't have a reason to protect myself anymore. Ooh, yeah, some very big acquisitions there. Quest finished. Yeah, cause yeah, in 2017 when this game was released, you could be able to tell a story about that sort of thing. Yeah, not the least bit awkward. Yeah, rest. And I will save. And continue. For a little while at least. And now my funds are up to 42,000. Oh, look. Yeah, look at all the stuff I have accumulated. Sure. Yeah, because it's gonna get to that point anyway, right? Yeah, which things do I not have available for my HUD yet? Sound waves. That actually may be important later. But it doesn't seem like anything else really needs to be dealt with. Alright. I'm gonna do the tour around the facility first. Oh, nope. Because we don't need to go to Central Command. It's going to 6-0. And it doesn't look like she's got anything this time around. 9S. Yeah, all the arrows are pointing me towards the one thing. Alright, we might as well just quick save. Because it doesn't look like there's anything else. Yeah, are there any other places I should be looking at right now? Yeah, I really would have gone to the photograph area, but the game won't let me do that. We'll just head back to Resistance Camp, because I know there's stuff I can get from there. And if nothing else, we are gaining levels, which is very important. Okay, where's Weapons Man? Oh no, that's not Weapons Man. Oh, this is for maintenance. Yeah, do we have things for fusing or upgrading? You know, we have all these tree seeds, but we don't have anything else other than just one chunk of natural rubber. Yeah, and I did started buy some of this other stuff as well. I'm thinking I also want to try and add some of this chip storage too. Yeah, and I also imagine that these will be abilities that I really need later. Yeah, I'll start buying them now while I can. Okay, so this is the Orhai shoe. It's just the 150 over 180. Yeah, not much to speak of with that currently. Yeah, still got just the Virtuous Treaty. And the Virtuous Dignity, of course. Still haven't found a combat bracer yet. Are there any weapons I can currently upgrade? I can't upgrade the lance. I do have enough materials for it. Oh, it's quite a jump. And all I need would be a broken battery, 3 broken batteries and 2 black pearls to get that enhanced. Haven't found any pyrite yet. I'm 1 short on mustard clumps, but I need a few more stretch coils for that. But more beast hides in order to get that enhanced. Plus 1 more mustard clump, so I would need to do more animal killing in order to get that. Okay, let me take a look at my weapon set here. So yeah, this would actually be higher. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, 442 over 450. So yeah, it's rather comparable. It does stun enemies. You know, because right now I'm more worried about attack speed right now. That's what discourages me from possibly going any further on that. And then... that's not what I meant to do. Where could they be? Oh, they... yeah, that's comforting. Yeah, I still need to retrieve the package from the cluttered storage area, but I haven't figured out that puzzle yet. So then... go to map mode. Yeah, this area is looking a lot cleaner now. Still gotta figure out how to get to that spot. Because of course, photograph is still prohibited. Reduce distance disappearance is somewhere in there. It's close to the desert supply trader. Alright, why do I go chase after that first? Oh, hold on. What's this? You sure it's okay for us to get a room like this? We have permission, remember? Plus, we'll probably be stationed here for a while, so bed won't go amiss. Then I guess there's no point turning it down. Especially since we can get small recoveries, small G-Luck Plus. Then over in the big chest, Volt-proof salve. Alright. Okay, so yeah, camp is where we'll go. Let's see what we get. Once we go past Jackass. Don't worry, all in good time there, Jackass. We'll get back to you eventually. Okay, we want to get over there somehow. Don't bother dirtying our hands with those guys. Is it possible to get to that area from where I currently am? Not quite. Well, it's because we don't need to.
So if we use those numbers from the resistance camp as coordinates, yeah, we're pretty much standing right on top of whatever
yes,
they're pointing to.
God. No, this is not good. And it's a 32. I should get decent experience, right? Well, there's the rest of the clump I needed. So I guess we got that. Get out of there, get out of there. That's because of how strong they all are. Getting too scary. Getting a little too scary. So then over here.
9S.
Oh god. Oh man, that was massive damage.
Androids will pay all of you.
Yeah, we could be at this one for a while. Oh, that was a terrible miss.
Kill, all of you, kill.
Yeah, he keeps retreating and then it charges back again for more. Maybe we found its weakness? Well, we got it to halfway. I'm gonna need to really focus on this one. Also, it's a 35, not a 36. Not that it matters much in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, fighting an enemy that's double my level. Whoa. No! Yeah, we don't want to start dying now. Almost there, almost there. Come on, die already.
Pod, analyze this machine.
There we go.
Huh? What for?
Call it professional curiosity.
Analysis. This machine lifeform's comrades were destroyed. Driven by that grudge, it lured a resistance member to this location. It then proceeded to destroy him.
Are you saying this thing wanted revenge?
Clearly.
Oh, come on now. That concept is far too complex for a machine.
And you don't know what we're dealing with.
This corpse. I wonder if it's the resistance member we're looking for. Let's check his memory. Seems this one came here looking for revenge as well.
I guess the weaker one lost.
Obviously. A memory chip in a man's journal. And hiding back here. Ranged attack up S. And we're free to go from this place.
I really hate this. I'm going to feel terrible telling that woman what happened to her friend.
It's the truth. She has to know.
No matter what that truth actually is.
Yeah. Morality question. Yeah, wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. I still need to figure out what that is. Also, the place where we're going is back behind us. Don't need to worry about the robots and the oil drums. They're pretty much harmless at this rate. Yeah, look at them just jumping off. Oh, hold on. Yeah, here we go. Still getting used to the map. Hey there, jackass. Okay, so we gotta go back to the resistance camp? Or... not yet? It just says report your findings back to the client. Do we know where that is, though, right now? Yep, it's probably back at the back at the resistance. Let's go on in. I guess if nothing else in this particular episode, not only are we clearing the quests that are on our list, but we're also having the opportunity to, I guess, play more assertively. Hey, you're back. So, how'd it go? Did you find him or... I'm very sorry, but your friend is dead. Oh. He was trying to get revenge against the machine that killed his comrades. No. Oh no. But he wasn't strong enough, and the machine ended up killing him instead. Damn the machines. I'll murder them all! Whoa, easy, it's okay. We took out the one that killed your friend. You did? Yes, we did, which means there's no need for anyone else to go seeking revenge. But what do I do now? I have no one to love and no one to kill. I have nothing. That's not... Come on, 9S. Look, we'll come back, okay? We'll come back and check on you. We reported it, but the quest is not considered complete yet. It's another one of those situations where, yeah, you get back to where you're supposed to, but the thing is, the task is not quite officially done. where does that leave us now? Yeah, still gotta take the photograph. Still gotta figure out what that is. And hope that someday I'll be able to photograph in there. Yeah, this is looking a lot more empty now. Alright. I think we're ready to look at progressing. Because some of the stuff I can't really do right now. So let's just head over near the tower. Resistance disappearance updated. I wonder why that is. Check on the... Oh, go back. Alright. Yeah, all we had to do was... transport, and all of a sudden that objective is updated. That's so lame when a game trolls you like that. That should just not happen. Alright. Back over here. Huh? She's gone. You're looking for the lady who was here? Yeah, she left a while ago. Seemed pretty upset about something too, and she was armed to the teeth. Oh, jeez. Yeah, she's gonna get herself done in. Hey, I just remembered she wanted me to give you something. Here. Whoa, all this? Yeah, she said she didn't need it anymore. Hey, don't ask me, I don't understand women at all. So there's our 5 pyrites. Yes! And 3 pearls. There we go. Quest complete. We'll never see her again, but look at everything we got. Hey, trader. We are possibly looking at upgrading, but we're short on a few things. I just need 1 warped wire to enhance the virtuous dignity again. And we need some stretched coils. And as far as virtuous contracts is concerned, of course, got to find who else could enhance that. Yeah, lots of stretched coil being needed currently. And killing off the beast is going to be important too, so I'll definitely need to make sure to do that. Just need the 1 warped wire to get the virtuous dignity enhanced. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold off on that for later. 'Cause, yeah, I really want to get back on questing. Alright, back to near the tower. Yeah, we're really bouncing around right now, it seems. Alright, take the quick save. And then go this way.
Say, 2B,
What?
when do you think you'll be willing to call me Nines?
9S
Oh yeah,
works just fine.
he's mentioned that before.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, just do as I say.
man, this job can be pretty rough sometimes, huh?
We don't get to choose our assignments. And you should work on keeping your opinions in check. Yorha aren't allowed to be emotional, remember?
I think some of us are better at that than others. This must be the commercial structure Pascal was talking about. The records say it was once a facility known as a shopping center.
Oh, we can't quite get to there from here. Don't want to take a bath.
No getting through here.
Maybe there's some kind of mechanism we could engage?
Or we could hear one go off. Yeah, maybe there's also something we can discover.
If we were human, we probably would have gone shopping and such here, right?
More meaningless conjecture.
You're so serious, 2B. You know that?
Alert. Multiple machine life forms detected above our position.
Oh, over here.
All hail the Forest King. All hail the Forest King.
Who the heck is the Forest King?
I'd rather not find
You're
out.
getting distracted.
Well, what do you expect? I'm a scanner. Combat was never meant to be my forte.
And yet here you are. And you seem to be doing a bang-up job. Alright. Oh, one hiding in here.
Check this guy. He's just running away.
Follow him? No, he's just wandering aimlessly. Yeah, he's just running in circles, okay. Maybe we gotta hit him enough times to force him to change course.
It's going to explode!
Or just be a dud. What's shaking in it? It's the Joker.
Huh? Hey, where am
Yeah, it's creepy Joker face.
What's that?
Hey there, guys. What's up?
This thing's weird, 2B. Let's kill it.
Wait, what? No. Good idea.
No!
Okay, what was that?
Let's find out. It ran this way. Right into a wall. Yeah, that was weird. Maybe I need to get up there somehow. Of course, trying to figure out how to get up there is another story. Because that's blocked off. And we can't read that. Oh, hello. More crystals. So many crystals. Okay, I thought that was something I could pick up. This is, though. More tree seeds. Oh, really? There's stairs right there and I can't climb them. Game. What are you doing? Guess we gotta climb this. Yeah, this makes more sense, hopefully. Animal bait. But that's also a plot wall. Nope, it won't allow me to walk over the edge. Okay, so then... how do we get to it? Yeah, because we're being blocked out there. So it's run over here. We run through here? Nope. Okay, so it did tear through here.
Looks like the forest is just ahead.
So as we advance along... yeah, I gotta be patient here. Copper ore. There's something to the left. But what I want is down the middle. Forest zone.
Aim for the enemy androids.
Yep, we're under attack.
Engage battle mode. Now fight for your king.
Here they come. Better keep your guard up.
Oh yeah,
I'm
of course.
aware of how to fight. You just be careful.
I will, 2B.
Oh jeez, you look like you're on a mount. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, what am I aiming at? Yeah, so always the question, what are you aiming at? As we get to level 18. Oh, did I knock it off its mount? I must have. Oh, nice dodge. It's gotta take damage at some point.
These machines.
They were talking about a king, right? I saw what looked to be a castle further in. Maybe we should take a look.
I want to check for further stuff, though. Ah, yeah, now we're finally getting the materials that I've been looking for. Appears to be, yes, there is. There will be a transportation area. Yeah, saw the red dot, couldn't help but want to take a look at it. Alright, so now we have a direct path to the forest. So let's see what's in the middle. Another mushroom. Yeah, this is pretty much
This place
hunting
looks
area.
familiar. Oh, right. It's from that woman's photograph. I'll be sure to get her the coordinates.
Forest photo recorded. Now if we're just allowed to do the one in the desert.
Don't let up. The enemy is above us. Don't let any intruder get it. Intruders detected. Loyal knights.
Whoa!
Lives for the king of
What?
the forest.
Why is the pod shooting at the moose? Jeez, these animals will just do anything for these robots. These robots will just use animals as the meat shields that they are. Got moose meat. Oh, here comes more. Nice dodge. Oh, bad idea, bad idea. Can't quite get the mark there. Whoa. Alright, knock the mount off. Or knock the rider off. Only one more. At least for now. And it was already pretty much close to being dead already. Alright, run into the river. Yeah, there's...
We must protect our king and kingdom! We must show our foes what we royal knights are made of! We must show them!
Yeah, is there a way to slip around this? I don't think there is. Or maybe there is. Nope. It was really open. Like, yeah, maybe there's a way to sneak around all of it, but nope. I'm just gonna have to fight it straight up. As 2B demonstrates her ability to run against the current. Whoa. Yeah, it's shooting another way.
What is with these guys?
Don't listen to what they're saying, 2B.
Not going according to plan. Very much not going according to plan. Shot into the wall. I don't know what I was hitting. Oh. And for a minute I thought it was doing something I was not expecting. Deadly heal. What makes healing deadly in this game? Oh, still coming. Yeah, let that blow up. And he just gets laid to waste. Alright, there we go. So it looks like we have to go further up. No sign of any new enemies, but still, be ready for anything. Copper ore. Oh, nope.
How are we supposed to reach that castle?
Oh, there's only one way according to the map, it seems.
Ready, interest, get information.
Oh, hello there.
Take position, keep going, don't be afraid.
Is that a 34? No, it's a 26, but still, that's painful. So, yeah, apparently I'm shooting from, or hitting from above. Alright, big guy's down. Anti-chain damage +1. Oh, there are enemies behind me? Yeah, there were. Well, that takes care of that problem. Yeah, clear it all out. And then another set. Yeah, please don't attack.
Ready, aim, thrust. Intruders, get in formation now. Take position. Keep going. Don't be afraid.
Yep. Oh! Nice. Alright, keep going. And he goes boom. Yeah, there are 2 spots to get mission objectives, it seems. Yeah, I'm gonna need to look at both of them. Since there are 2 conveniently close by. Oh, no, those are just part of the scenery. Just part of the scenery. As we walk into this little cave, I guess you could call it.
Nice shack.
Stay away from them.
Oh, jeez.
Leave this place. Leave now.
Okay, now wait, what?
Leave now.
And they're 30s. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, got a boar in the way. Because of course. No, 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 no! Oh, please not this deep into this place. Please not this deep into this place. Oh, wow, 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 wow! He can really combo! Wow, he can really combo! Yeah, we're gonna need to stay clear of this guy. Keep a wide berth on this freak of nature. Because he can do stuff like that. Oh, no, 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 no. Be careful about this. Oh, what the? I was about to say, did I get hit from behind or something? Oh, suddenly the fight has stopped. Please, I beg of you. Yeah, spare them? Fine, we'll spare your critters. Ah, thank you. So why do you have all these animals here anyway? Long ago, I rescued a hurt animal. I do not remember the reason. The creature took a liking to me. She followed me wherever I went. We played together whenever we could. She was warm. She made me happy. Interesting. As I slowly heal. Now if I find a creature that is weak or injured, I bring them here. I watch over them until they are healthy again. Thank you for sparing them. Please visit us again. We would welcome you anytime. We'll see. And just for doing that, 20 animal baits and level 19 and 5,000 gold. Oh. Like, why aren't we free to go? Seems they really want us to fight the boar. They really want us to put it out of its misery. Yeah, they really want me to put that thing out of its misery. But now I need to get back out. There we go. And now we're this way. Under the waterfall. Secret door. You cannot understand the feelings of a machine. Yeah, I guess I don't. And that's blocked. Alright, so secret passage if I ever need it. Yeah, I need to start picking up more natural items. Oh, the copper ore, you gotta dig for that stuff. So then... Oh. Yeah, we're gonna need to dodge you. Wow, you went down fast. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm afraid. That's what I was fearing. That's what I'm fearing! Yeah, because trying to make my move all of a sudden, they are on top of me. Yeah, gotta relieve them of their shield somehow. Oh! Oh, yeah, I see you coming. That's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, didn't get the Mortal Kombat opportunity. Still one more out there. Oh. Yeah, really don't get much of an opportunity for Mortal Kombat. So it seems like if I want to get to there, I have to get it from there. Again, we might not even be able to get the opportunity. I can't even pull myself up in order to cross the bridge. So then... You know, what I'm also trying to get to is up there somehow. Yeah, I have to figure out how to get to over there. It could be this bridge we could use.
So those machines had a king? But how can a concept like loyalty be understood by a machine?
It's called programming. Oh, music changing. Was it here we had to go to? Oh, hold on. Big boss? Well, not yet.
I'll never let you pass.
Now they're starting to emerge. We got our showdown. Yeah, we got our showdown against this big double-legged guy. Oh. Oh, shockwaves! Oh, no, not before we really get moving! Yes! As we're moving! Caught on another shockwave. Oh. Yeah, you think you're getting away, but you can't get away from a shockwave like that. Oh. And I don't think well, maybe it did like before. And there's no real way to tell.
We must protect our king and kingdom. We must show our foes when we royal knights are bigger. No falling back. Fight. You have lived your whole life for this.
Yes, now we gotta go through all this again.
What is with these guys?
Don't listen to what they're saying, 2B.
Yeah, it's too dangerous. Yeah, some of them are dodging. Yeah, there we go. Got the pieces. There we go. It's a long way to get back to where my first character is.
Keep going. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I gotta use 2 mediums this time around. Yeah, not after that debacle. Alright, you go down. Okay, so yeah, the thing from before is still there.
Intruders, getting formation now. Take position. Keep going. Don't be afraid.
Almost got that one guy. So let's see, where's 9S in all this? Look at him go. All over the place. Yeah, there you go. Deadly heal +1. Like, yeah, I know you're out there somewhere. So yeah, we got that objective. Yeah, if I likely have to fight those two again, which I probably will. Then once I do, I can just as easily go and deal with the other situation, go back and save before attempting to cross the bridge again. Okay, so now it has a quest. Oh no, oh no. What is it? A moose I have been caring for has fallen ill. I do not know how to repair it. You don't repair animals like you do a machine. But if it's sick, you should try giving it some medicine. Medicine? I am not familiar with this concept. Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't be. It'll probably be easiest just to bring you some. Try to hang on until then, alright? Animal care accepted. Alright, so I probably gotta get something specific.
So we're vets now? That's new. I assume you have at least some idea where to start looking for animal medication?
We'll probably need to recreate old human recipes. We should be able to find something in the commercial facility ruins.
Well, at least we know where to go. Wait a minute, back here again? Oh, because I have to find out that the door is locked. Yeah, but even then... Of course, I'll have to try and recover my body once I get back. Alright, cross the bridge. Oh.
So those machines had a king? But how can a concept like loyalty be understood by a machine?
Yeah, Yeah, so there's where my other body is. Yeah, try and get to it before we engage the fight. But we probably gotta let it start out before I start searching.
I'll never let you pass. Die and life.
Oh, that's not that. Alright, run! 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 Well, at least we leveled up, but... Oh. And in so doing, we get a full heal. We're now at level 20. And I'm shaking like a champ. Whoa. No, 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 no. Well, that's something we learned. Oh, it's down. Oh. Crazy stuff. And thus just to get to the bridge. To the next bridge. Alright, here we go. So yeah, the main objective is right there. And in the meantime... I'll help myself to this, thank you. That is a huge find. Alright, so that's where we ultimately have to go.
Yep, this looks like a king's castle, all right.
Are we ready to get tormented by a boss duel? Oh. Gotta change angle. Yeah, change angles so we can forge onward.
Don't let them go any further. Stay strong.
I don't see them advancing. But I do hear them, though. So they fell back. Oh, I did get myself up. Yeah, I'll help myself to random things, sure. I don't think I can shoot through that.
Watch out for hostile enemies, 2B.
Roger that, 9...
Huh? Wait, what did you just say?
Focus.
Roger that, 9S.
Wait, no, that's not what you said. You said 9s. Or at least something close to.
Cut the chatter and engage the enemy.
Ah.
Can I drop down further and move on? No. At least I can use this as cover. more coming. Yeah, this almost feels like old school Prince of Persia. Oh, what do we find? Yeah, quick and efficient. Can I get up there though? Yeah, we can. Oh, okay, okay. Really? Yeah, that's too low. Or too high, rather. Oh, we can't pass through this either? Oh, this really is a maze. I was about to say, did I not kick that? Come on. Come on, 2B. What's this? This looks like a passage. It is, but only to go to here. Well, how did I not get blown up like that? Yeah, I'm gonna get shadowed here. Haha, blown away. Oh, how sweet it is. Of course, dealing with the angle of everything doesn't help. Let's do here. Okay, this is how we do it. Or so we thought. Alright.
Analysis. This part belongs to a machine life form.
Don't need this.
Take it anyway. Yeah, I get the feeling we may need it. At some point. Alright, we'll just move on. Yeah, even though the objective is behind us, it's clearly obvious that there's still a lot to go yet. Yeah, it's always when we're getting into those dangerous situations, which in this instance is now becoming more and more prolific. Alright. That danger's cleared out. But this isn't. Alright, now the perspective changes. If no other reason than for us to experience this. Anything else of note? Not by the looks of it. Okay, so we got through there. Now we're going through this. Yeah, they're all just suits of armor except for that one! And you missed. Now I see androids running, or machines running in the background. Oh, it's behind me! It's behind me! It's one of the snakes! Yeah, don't even mess with him. And perspective will change again. Hello, auto heal. What would I do without you? Next floor. Left. Oh, gee. Okay, so yeah, I would have had to jump anyway. And there's something over here worthwhile. Another gold-proof salve. Alright, so now we're on the top floor. Oh, wow. Yeah, do I really want to fight it or continue fighting? The answer is no. Oh, checkpoint! Checkpoint! Wow, who would have thought they would put something like that in a place like this? Wow. Woo! I'll be the judge of that.
Don't give them a single inch.
Oh. Oh, this could be relentless here. Okay, I'm just mashing circle and triangle, or square and triangle relentlessly. Oh, here comes more. Sure. And you're just walking around like a chicken with your head cut off. Of course they'll hit you. Yeah, of course they'll hit you. Why not? Oh, really? Yes, really. Level 21. Wow. What do these things give up? Yeah, who knows how long this keeps going on. Maybe at the point where I'm like, I should probably just jump over them or something. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip them. Because it's obviously that's gonna never stop. We'll simply outrun them. And it sounds like we found a robotic baby.
Is this their king?
That is one small king. Oh, hi! Well, so much for the king. I didn't do it, I swear! You're with Adam and Eve?
2B, that's an android. A Yorha-type android.
Alert. This unit is currently wanted by Yorha. Annihilation recommended.
Annihilation? But why?
Because it
Let's
just killed
go,
the king?
9S.
2B?
Oh. It's a standoff.
Bunker to 2B and 9S. We've picked up a signal from the black box of a fugitive known as A2. What you see in front of you is your enemy.
Understood.
But she's...
She deserted us. She's destroyed multiple pursuit androids. Now kill her before she kills you.
Yes, ma'am. So who blinks first? That'll be me. Ugh. Yeah, this is why I bought all of these restores. Yeah, she just phases right through. Oh, jeez, and she can sneak up on behind me as well. Well, at least I dodged it this time. Oh, she's over there now. Yeah, press the advantage. I think this is what they really had in mind when they came to Final Fantasy 15. Oh, we forced the break.
Why? Why did you betray us?
Command is the one that betrayed you.
Isn't that how it always works in a JRPG these days?
Let's go after her, 2B.
So as we touch down...
She's gone.
Operator, this is 9S. Patch me through to the commander.
Roger that, 9S.
I'm sorry, Commander. We failed to defeat the fugitive.
I see. Well, at least you're both safe. That's an incredibly powerful unit you just faced.
I
You
seem
should
to hold my own
probably
pretty
keep
well.
your distance in the future.
Commander, why did A2 desert the Force?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Of course it is.
Oh? Huh. 2B,
Yeah?
let's go ask Pascal about A2. He might know something.
All right.
Oh, hold on.
Pascal? This is 9S.
Oh, you survived. How wonderful.
Yeah, we're fine. But there's something we want to ask you about.
Of course. Anything.
Actually, it needs to be in person.
Understood. I'll open the gate we built to deter enemy invaders. You'll be able to reach the village through there.
Alright. That must be what's in front of us. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I'm not feeling so confident about wanting to jump off there. I'd rather go over here, where the save point is. At least where I think the save point is. Yeah, here we are. Alright, take us there. Yeah, probably faster to just do this anyway, through this path. Alright. So as we go ahead and speak with Pascal.
I'm surprised you wish to speak with me personally. Whatever is the matter?
It'll be faster if you just take a look at this recording.
I see. Information about this A2 android is indeed contained within our archives. We all understand her to be rather dangerous. However, she's never visited our village in person.
Yes.
My apologies. That's all the information I have.
I see. All right, thanks.
Let's stay sharp and head back to the resistance camp. We should run a check on our consciousness data and resupply.
Alright then. What's over here in the meantime? Hello, can we ask you a question? Do you happen to know a machine named Jean-Paul? Oh, that one. I certainly do. Master Jean-Paul is a genius. You can rely on him for absolutely anything. Are we talking about the same Jean-Paul here? In fact, I was just thinking about how much wisdom he has to teach me, so I wrote him a letter asking for guidance. You'll take it to him, won't you? Huh? I can't let that lady in the desert get to him first, or that harpy in the amusement park. Wait, there are more of these weirdos? And wait, they have genders? Apparently. No, 2B. No need for that. Just want to go back to the resistance camp. So let's head on back.
"9S, why did you ask Pascal about A2?
Huh?
It's not recommended to interface with machines without consulting command.
Well, they weren't
Yeah,
going to give us
I
an
know.
answer.
I'm sorry.
Though I suppose such intense curiosity can be admirable, in its own way.
Thanks,
Oh,
2B.
we can't speak with
Still,
Anemone?
machines are the enemy. Don't forget it.
Oh, hi.
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report.
Listen, 2B. I was looking at images of flowers today and...
Flowers?
Yeah, there wasn't much left in the bunker's records, but I found one called a lunar tear. I bet you'd look really nice if you put one of those in your hair, 2B. It'd suit your stylish looks.
Don't need it.
Aw, don't be a stick in the mud. What kind of girl doesn't want to look good sometimes? I'll let you know if I find anything else cute, okay?
Sure.
I don't need to hear about...
Operator 60 out.
Oh, 6-0. So we're back up to 27,680. Still gonna need beast hides though to build up this virtuous treaty. I can do that off camera. And 1 warped wire to enhance the virtuous dignity. And a few stretched coils. Well, I'm certainly not lacking for copper ore either. And over the forest photo. This is a waterfall in the forest. I think I stumbled onto it one day when I was lost. But how did I get there in the first place? Hopefully now that we've turned over the other 2 pictures, maybe they'll allow us to actually make use of the desert and actually get the 3rd and final photograph. Yeah, now we're actually starting to get materials for upgrading our pod. And now we can also take advantage of some of this stuff too. Yeah, we can definitely use this right now. And a max HP up. Offensive heal. Okay, so that's recover 10 HP for every enemy defeated. Oh. I'd say that is a very wise investment. Yeah, very wise investment indeed. And I wonder what needs to be obtained for that to be added. Okay. Skills. Yeah, now that I have additional slots to use. Yeah, I already have the auto heal. We had deadly heal. This is definitely something we're gonna need. Deal recover 5% of damage dealt as HP. And that's 2%, but we'll go with 5%. We can also go with anti-chain, turn invincible for 2 seconds after taking damage. Yeah, I think I'll add this for now. That way we're at maxing out our storage. Yeah, invincibility frames is a very good idea. Alright. Doesn't seem like there's anything else I really need. Okay, now we speak with an enemy.
Oh, 2B. Your timing is impeccable. Our android forces currently have a carrier deployed in the Pacific Ocean. It should be back here to resupply before too long. The Resistance is assisting with the mission, so I'd like to ask you to run a little guard duty.
Light unit.
Seriously? Dead serious. There's a stockpile of missiles down at the shoreline that needs to be loaded on the carrier. And with all the machine activity lately, we need to stay on our toes. Of course. If you're already working on something for Yorha, I don't mind if that takes priority. Anyway, thanks in advance.
Alright. So at least we know we have that. Plus Anemone has another quest for us if we want it. How do I get to that once? Oh, yeah, can I use this now? Nope, still can't. I wonder how long it'll be before we can. So yeah, we'll do our regular save here and call the stream because I've actually been at this longer than I was expecting to. But it's been worth it because now we're at the 10-hour mark. And we're continuing to forge onward and we're making progress, so knowing that we've now cleared off a second area for dealing with the enemy androids, but yeah, now I'm starting to feel like that old JRPG trope is kicking in again. And I imagine that before too long it will completely rear its ugly head and we'll have to deal with the consequences. So we will do that on Monday, and so I hope that if you're watching this on YouTube, apologies for taking so long to get this out, as well as the Pixel Remaster. I just had to deal with a lot of things in life that needed to be resolved, and now that they are, hopefully I can be able to get things back to normal and be able to do more awesome stuff with you guys. So I will bring it to an end here, and thank you for watching this edition of this blind Let's Play of NieR Automata live here on Twitch. So, thanks for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.